Well, the only thing I'm actually hoping to do is to break 90 minutes on the half marathon at the end. Hello everybody. Actually, is anyone still watching? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just going to do a quick summary of what this video is going to be all about. So this video is going to be covering the final week leading into Grafman 70.3 half iron distance. So it's going to be the taper week training, the race prep and the race day itself, hopefully. The race is at Grafman Water in Cambridgeshire. The bike route goes around sort of St Neots, Keeso, Kimbolton, etc. And it's on Sunday, June the 6th. That's this Sunday, so not long now. The reason for doing this event is as a test event leading into Outlaw Half in Nottingham and then 70.3 in Stafford, which is an Ironman event. Let's get straight into this with a lovely little training montage that I've put together just for you lovely people. Enjoy. It'll be a tempo run tomorrow, probably 12k, another group run with the run club. In terms of the course, so the swim is just going to be the standard 1900 metre, except this time we have an Australian exit halfway round. So it's 2 950 metre loops and then you get out and run along the beach. So I've never done that before. I think it could be quite fun, although it is definitely going to add more time to my swim, and depending on how dizzy I am when I get out of the water, it could be interesting. But yeah, could be fun that. The bike is actually a lot hillier than I expected when I just looked at the GPX. It's just under 700 metres of climb, so what's that, over 2,000 feet, which I think is similar to Stafford Half Iron. The course is basically 4 out backs, which I actually think is going to be quite good mentally to help break it down. Also means you'll be able to see lots of other people, but it does mean that if there's cars passing each other on both sides, I think there could be a bit of a traffic jam. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And the run is just 2 out and backs. One is completely exposed along the edge of the reservoir, but it's pretty flat. And then the other half is sort of in the woods, a bit undulating, a bit traily. You do come out onto some lanes, so I think around it's some farms and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, like I say, one side's completely flat, one side's a bit undulating, one side will be nice and cool in the trees, and then one side will be really hot. For the training leading into this taper week, so over the last 3 weeks, I've averaged around 12 hours a week of training. There was a bit of a drop actually. I had the COVID vaccine, and it did sort of affect me a bit. It gave me sort of a bit of a cold or flu-like symptoms for a few days. I've only recently started been feeling 100% anyway, but I'm assuming it was that. It could have been something else, but yeah, like I say, 12 to 13 hours a week of training for the 3 weeks leading into this taper week. That's sort of around 2 hours of swimming, 5 hours of biking, and then 3 hours of running. I know it doesn't add up, but there's strength work, yoga, all that sort of stuff in there as well. And then for the actual taper week itself, I've done just under 10 hours. So that is about 1 hour and 45 of swim, over 5 hours of bike, and 2 hours of running. I actually think I've gone a bit too hard on this taper week. It doesn't actually feel like I've been resting that much. So the 2 bike sessions that I've done have actually been pretty difficult, and then I did a run interval session on Tuesday that I basically didn't finish because it was too hot, and then the group run on Thursday, I did want to drop down a couple of groups but ended up going in the fastest group. I think it was a bit too much. Again, it was hot. I don't do well in the heat, so could be interesting to see what happens on Sunday. I don't particularly feel rested, but I'm just going to do nothing now for today. Today's Friday, and then Saturday just barely even move, so hopefully that'll be okay. So goals or targets for the day, or I guess expectations or anything, but well, the only thing I'm actually hoping to do is to break 90 minutes on the half marathon at the end. I've not done it before. I've done a 1:31 before. On every other one I've done the high 1:30, so I think it'd be good to break the 90-minute barrier. My current PB, standalone PB for a half marathon, just a time trial I did on my own, was 1:24. So hopefully I should be able to break 90 off the bike. I've got no expectations for the swim other than I'll either be at the same pace I was last year with no training, or I'll be slower because of the Australian exit. And then the bike, it'll be good to hold similar power to what I did in the Cotswold 113, which was, I think it was 230 watts, which for me is around 3.25 watts per kilo. I weigh about 70 kilos, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. Also, this course is a lot hillier, so whether my normalised power comes out as that, I don't know, but yeah, like I say, the only goal is to break 90 on the run at the end, which might be weather dependent because, as I've said, I'm massively affected by heat, and it looks like the weather on Sunday is going to be close to 20, if not 20 plus, during the time that we're running, and anything over about 14 degrees affects me negatively, but fingers crossed. For the kit, I'm actually thinking about making some changes. Because of the weather being so hot on Sunday, I might not wear my aero helmet. It doesn't have, I don't think it's got any ventilation in it at all, so I think a normal road helmet might be better just to get some air through. Obviously I'll take an aero hit on that, but I'm also thinking about removing my rear bottle cages. and just having two on the frame itself, so one to hold my tools, one to hold a bottle, and then I've got the bottle up the front in the cage. The reason for that is on the easy ride that we did on Monday, me and Georgie, both using our rear bottle cages, both had things fall out quite a lot. And I've also used them in events before as well, and had things like my my tool bottle fall out, even though it was actually strapped. Not only was it in a bottle cage, it was strapped into a bottle cage, and it still came out. I know the roads are bad in this country, but that was pretty unbelievable. So I'm thinking, just for peace of mind and not having to worry about whether I've got a bottle behind me or not, I'm just going to take the aero hit again, put two more bottle cages just on the frame itself, and have two 750ml bottles on the bike, and then obviously my tools in another like bottle cage shaped thing. Nutrition on the bike is actually going to be quite interesting, because I've completely forgotten what I've done at other events. So when I had my PB at the Cotswolds 113, I haven't written down anywhere what I actually did for the nutrition on that day. So my plan is I'm going to have two 750ml bottles, both with a Lucozade in, just for the sugar. I'm going to be putting 3 Cis gels into each of those, but I'm also going to be putting in one of the Cis electrolyte gels as well. And then I've also got Cliff blocks, which I just stuck on my handlebars last time, just lick the back and stick them to the handlebars. And I might alternate between normal Cliff blocks and then ones with caffeine in. I think there'll probably be 6 to 8 of those, and then I typically tend to drink and eat every 5 to 10 minutes, like take a sip of fluid or eat one of the Cliff blocks as I'm going along. So interesting in that, actually, I don't think I've ever finished all of my hydration on the bike ever, or even finished my food. So I think it'll be a good test during this event to actually force myself to finish both the bottles and eat all of the nutrition, because it should be enough to cover me in terms of what they say about carbs per body weight and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and also with the heat as well, I think I'm going to need both the bottles. I don't know where the aid station is yet, but I might need to maybe chuck one out and grab another one. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty hot on Sunday. I also think I might take just a small water bottle on the run, because like I say, I can't run in the heat. So another water bottle with just water, maybe one of those electrolyte fizz tab things in, the hydration tabs, just so I can sip that. I know it's probably not going to make much difference towards the end of the run, but if I drink it at the start, it'll affect me towards the end. So hopefully that goes well as well. what a day, never again. God, there's still some got out there, bloody hell. Yeah, well done to everyone who does this, because they're not fun.